Hello, Monsters Abound, and welcome back to Total War. Warhammer 3, almost said 2, and part 8 of my Kugath campaign, where last time we've secured a beachhead on the coast of, I believe we've worked it out, it's Norska. That's good, the north coast of Norska here, not far from Kislev. And they've got a little, what is this little pass? It must have a name, I don't know what it's called, but it's the pass into the northern coast, and we've secured Goramadny. So that means that Kislev are going to have fight. We're talking Kislev, there's also some dwarves here.
Do you take me for a wazak?
I do, yes. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little ambushette here because we've got, I mean, we've now got the crumbling shits, and that means that our replenishment is ridiculous wherever we go, which is perfect. That's exactly what we need. And we also want to unlock, which one? This one. This one, so we need... Wait, what do we need? Brain fog. We need brain fog. So we need 3 more. I think do we already have plague going with that one? I think pox. Is pox the right one? It's palsy, isn't it? We want palsy. Did we have a palsy? Oh, we do have a palsy. Okay, so we just need to let that spread a couple of times. Then we can get like 75 growth per settlement. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of growth. Also, the portals are open, so we need to pop into a portal. You're going to want me to give you a lot of money, aren't you? No, I'm not going to give you a lot of money. That's not how I roll, mate. I mean, I could. I'm loaded ever since I came out of Slaanesh's realm. Just money everywhere, but you ain't getting it. No. No, where have the doors gone? Did they get eaten? Where the were they ambushing? Did they die? What? Hang on, what's your strength rank? That's just you. Yeah, you, what you got? Oh, that's that one. Right, yeah, no. Good. You guys, right, dwarves. There you are. Your strength rank 21, which means you definitely, that army must be ambushing. That army is definitely ambushing somewhere. Alright, well, what we're going to do is we're going to meander our way towards the portal, but we're going to do a little ambushette along the way, just to be on the safe side. Garrison there is looking pretty tanky, this is all looking fine. We need to come over here and close this portal because it's letting out Slaanesh corruption, plus 12 Slaanesh corruption, which is actually quite a lot. We need to shut that down right now, close that down, yep. Get out of here, Slaanesh. This one, though, is pumping out Nurgle corruption, to which I'm like, that is fine. I am okay with Nurgle corruption. So I think they're in ambush there, but I want to make my way towards the portal, just in case they did run away or die or something. Just need to keep an eye out for them. Hello, Dungruts. What do you want me? I'm not going to declare war against those guys. I've got a nice thing going on in the Chaos Waste at the moment. No one is trying to kill me, which is a bit of a win. Still can't see any dwarves. Did they run away? Did they die? Ambush. Oh. No, that's over there. So, okay, don't know. Okay, good. Well, Gardener's World, good. And you're still planning to attack Novoshozi, but just not yet. Alright, well, as soon as I don't know where those dwarves are gone, they definitely aren't ambushing, because the AI almost never ambushes 2 turns in a row. So we're going to head over to this one here. Keep an eye out. I mean, we do have lots of Nurgle corruption spreading here now, which is quite nice for us. What I could do... What are you doing? Who are you at war with, just out of interest? Are you at war with... You are at war with Kislev. I mean, that's actually quite useful for me. Right, I think what I need to do is we need to summon the prodigious Andrew Wakefield. Does cost us 20k, but he's a big lad. Indeed. Right, we're going to hop you in there. Now, when you recruit a lord like this, he keeps all of his previous traits. So you can see he's got Ambusher. He's got defeated Kostalin, that guy. Defeated Zarina Katerin. He's an assault expert. He's courageous. He's had victories over Zinch. He doesn't keep any of ancillaries or magic items, though. Those, unfortunately, are lost. So let's give him potion of strength and sword of might to keep him going. Ancillaries, we're going to give him campaign movement range, yes. Scarecrow banner, because of course best banner in the game. Upkeep reduction is always good. Chance of spreading plague. Income from buildings isn't really going to be that useful, so we will maybe just whatever, doesn't matter. Now what we're going to recruit for you is maybe just some of you. Something like that, just to make that a little bit more tanky. So basically, if they want to attack Frozen Landing, if Kislev attack during the time we're in the portal, they'll have to fight their way through Andrew, and that's going to be tough because he's a big burly boy. He's immortal. He's got pretty good combat skills, so he's got hard to hit, deadly blade. You can see he's got 76, 74. That's with basically no magic items anyway. 704 weapon strength along with armor piercing, of which 493 is armor piercing. He does have pestilent decay as well, so he's got fetid stench, which reduces leadership around him. He's also got pestilent decay, which causes damage as long as he's in melee around him. He also has upkeep reduction and extra replenishment. He does have some army skills as well, but he doesn't have any magic yet. He's kind of lacking in that area, so we do probably need to give him a plaguey boy at some point if we can get one, but at the moment we don't have access to more, so we're just going to have to live with that, I think. Unless I could bring you down, but you're kind of like my agent, secret agent boy. Okay, never mind. That's fine. We'll go with that. Okay, let's go into a realm of chaos. I don't know which one we're going to pick. I haven't decided yet. A lot of options. We could maybe go Zinch first, because that's always going to be the pain in the ass, because everyone's very shooty and we're not. The Ice Court dominates. Okay, so Goldtooth is... Holy crap. Okay, well, we made the right decision there, because... hello. Hello. Let's... Actually, what is going to be fairly cheap? What I would like is maybe some more of you. Now, I've kind of come around to the Furies. The only problem with the Furies, of course, is the fact that you only get them on the first 2 stages of the Living Tree of Decay, which is a building that costs 10k to build, which, let's be honest, you're probably not going to have very early in the campaign. Unlikely that you're going to have 10k to spare very early on, which means actually getting access to the Furies is quite tricky, and that's a bit of a shame. I wish there was like an event or something that gave you access to Furies. The Circle of Life. Extra growth. The Temple of Heimkel, which is good. Is that good? It is good. Okay. Okay, so the Northern Provinces is in that realm. We could maybe try... We could just go for the Plague. Go do Papa Nurgle's realm first. Should we just do that? Should we just knock that one on the head?
Corpulent Plaguefather, you stroll the Gardens of Blight once more. Be cautious where you step in this putrid domain. Nurgle's realm is a garden of bloated flora and fauna, desperate to spread their infected spores. And at its center lies the mansion of the Plague Lord. The great sagging edifice where Nurgle himself works to concoct his greatest poxes. Guarding the mansion's gates is the Gardener, the favored demon prince of Nurgle. Destroy him to claim his soul.
Feels a bit harsh going to beat up the Gardener, doesn't it? Never mind. Right. Where are we? Oh, there we are. There we are. Now, normally you take attrition, but we don't seem to take attrition because I guess we are Nurgle, so it's actually a little bit easier for us. What we need to do here is effectively come over here to get immunity, despite the fact that we've already got immunity. I guess that's fine. And then we can go and defeat the Gardener. Beat up the guy who looks after the hedges. Just kick the shit out of him. And why not? I mean, fuck that guy, right? Am I right? He's not doing a good enough job on the lawn. Fucking Kick him in the nuts. Good. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get the Lesser Garden of Blight, because that's going to give us access. We have to have a quick look. It's going to give us access to Nurgle. Well, we've got Nurgle. It's going to give us access to Beasts of Nurgle, which is very nice. But then it's also going to give us access to the Great Unclean One. Now, it does need to go all the way around to get that, but it is well worth it. So, let's do that. I am also tempted to maybe... So we've got those. That's fine. We've got... I mean, I don't really need this, but it does provide a garrison. But what I might do is actually go for the carnivorous compost, because that's going to reduce cycle time for basic military buildings anyway. And also give us... be a little bit more tanky in sieges. So let's go for that one. Andrew seems to be fine there, and we're still making money, so you know, I'm pretty. Why are we getting? Jake, well, what? Characters? The fuck is spreading corn corruption? What the fuck's doing that? Complete oh, you.
I obey.
Get the hell out of here, you big hairy brute. You big jerk. Oh, you're gonna have a terrible time. You're gonna have Slash, Nurgle and corn corruption. So you're just going to be constantly rebelling. What is the point in having it? It's just going to be a night. Go on back in the box, you creepy old. Take your book with you. You smell. And that's saying a lot coming from Nurgle. Oh, the Oracles of Zinch have entered the Plaguey Lord place. And Andrew has received a plague. Lucky boy. Lucky, lucky boy. Right, let's first fight our way out of this. Where is... There he is. Right, let's fight our way out of this. Obviously, if any of the mortal guys pop in here, we can bop them and send them scurrying back from whence they came. Pyrrhic victory. The realm of Nurgle's like a whole thing, isn't it? Look at the... I mean, there's maggots all over the ground. It looks... I mean, it looks amazing. There's weird shit, tentacles floating. It looks great. Just, so good. So good. Okay, we've got a lovely little position here. Nicely defended on both sides. Now, what I haven't noticed is that the AI is actually flanking around behind me. I didn't think they would. I thought they'd be like, nah, it'd be fine, we'll just attack the front. So I've completely kind of ignored this. We're being attacked on the flank, and I am not paying attention. Because I'm too busy enjoying the sights and sounds of the realm of Nurgle. Nurgle's delightful garden. So our exalted plague bearers on the flank are under attack by some of these pox riders of Nurgle. So these are the plague toads being ridden by plague bearers, which is nice. Oh, Fury's already going down. And we do have a couple of units of plague bearers on our right that are going to be a problem for us. They're going to start launching death heads at us. We're going to need to deal with that. More pox riders throwing themselves into our line, but we're nicely protected here. Again, have not noticed that these plague toads are coming in from behind. Oops. Look at these lads all clustering around down here. I think there's supposed to be like some other bit of terrain here because these maggots seem to be kind of like just climbing out the ground. So we're going to do the big old pustule thingy-majig while they're launching death heads at us. So it takes a while to cast, but then it just like creates this big old boil that grows and grows and then eventually bursts. These guys do have 13k health, and now they don't. And now we're bringing in, of course, the Cataclysm spell for the Heaven School of Magic, Wind of Magic, and it just creates a big old AoE thunderstorm which just electrocutes everything around the area. And as you can see, it's just taking out the rest of those Exalted Plague Bearers. Very nice. Law of Heavens is picked once again. And we've got a big old melee on our right flank here as I realise that I'm under attack from my flank and move some of my units to engage and assist. I mean, it's not really a problem. It's not like we're any particular danger. It was just like a... Oh, okay. I better shore that up then. So sending units to engage and pick off those flanking plague toads. The flanking plague toads. Of course, we're getting lots of lovely heals. Some lovely heals. We've summoned in a great unclean one, who is currently stamping on the enemy. What a lads. Look at his big old swords. Beast of Nurgle going in for a cuddle. And apparently that's killed him. Well, I mean, you know, you've got to go sometime. I think that was mostly his summon time running out. So a bit of a mess over here. Can't really distinguish friend from foe. It's pandemonium. As the forces of Nurgle clash against each other. This isn't friendly at all. We have another thunderstorm, and as soon as we have a big blob of units attacking us here, what we're going to do is actually cast it on this edge, and then we can hopefully blat them while they're in combat with us. Getting those electrical shocks in. Seems to be doing some good damage. And the enemy army is distinctly less. We're holding Black Old Plague Bearers because I didn't want to throw them into the thunderstorm. So wait for that to do its damage, and then we'll move in from behind. Weird Al Stankovic joining the party. Now we actually have some Forsaken of Nurgle here. I don't often use them. I'm mostly Plague Bearers because, I don't know, I guess they're good for flanking, right? Because they're actually pretty fast. With a speed of 42, you know, they're actually pretty speedy. But it looks like the enemy army is now starting to crumble away. Not much left. And of course, the Forsaken fleeing because they're mortals. Excellent. It's not really. We're not really getting very much of anything. Well, actually, income. I could use the money. I could use the cash. So thanks very much for that. I'm just going to keep going. Laters. Got stuff to do, people to see. Up a Nurgle to visit. Let's just meander over here, because the sooner we get over there, the sooner. I mean, Kairos is going to have to fight his way through. What the fuck do you have? The Fragment of Gur. Granted via a oh, because that gives you that spell, doesn't it? And then the Staff of Tomorrow. Welcome to the world of tomorrow. If it doesn't say that whenever he casts it, what's the fucking point? Okay, let's get more armor for our Plague Bearers, and then I like the Great Unclean ones, but Plague Toads and Pox Riders are fine. Beasts of Nurgle and Nurgle. So what I tend to do is get this, this, and this. And the reason I do that is because I don't tend to use Plague Toads. Plague Toads are less, like, they cost about the same, but are less effective than Rockflies. So Rockflies are better and also faster and more maneuverable. So, yeah. So we'll get that. And then Beasts of Nurgle are actually pretty good in general, but they don't need to be speedier, and physical resistance plus 6% isn't really going to save them. And Kugath gets a Lord of Stench, which effectively gives Great Unclean Ones the Slime Trail passive ability, which is exactly what you want to take Beasts of Nurgle for. So you may as well just take Great Unclean Ones, plus you get 50% upkeep off, so that's why we're doing that. So let's get more melee attack and weapon strength for our Plagueflies.
This will aid my studies.
You can have immortality unless, I guess immortality, I mean, your likelihood of you dying is pretty low, to be honest. So let's do that, because the more Arcane Conduit we have, the better. And Woundmaker, and I say that now, but the likelihood is he's now going to cark it, isn't he? But never mind. He'll die doing what he loves. Being riddled with plague. And he does love it. Now, because we've still got the plague, it's on us for 19 turns, which is, you know, fair old while. And what that means effectively, if we encamp, then we'll basically replenish our entire stack in one go, which is fine. That is, Jesus Christ, Kislev, calm the fuck down. What is 1, 2, 3? What's that? Like 4 stacks? 4 and a bit stacks? I mean, okay, you guys only got 14 and 15, but still, let's say that's like 4 stacks of Kislev.
Father Nurgle.
Andrew, I think you might need a little bit of extra stuff. But am I taxing this? I am. Good. That's good. I like the fact I'm taxing. I probably should close that portal, actually, shouldn't I?
I bring the plague gift.
Let's get some Forsaken.
Don't make me pick a favorite.
I would never do that, Andrew.
Spread plague and
So let's head over here and close this portal just in case anything spawns out of it. I say just in case. Oh, upkeep reduction of Plague Bearers. Yes!
excellent cause.
Yes! Do love my Plague Bearers. Getting some Plague Toads is not necessarily the worst option. But let's get some Nurglings. Ah, we've got the Banner of Hellfire. Good. And 3,000 big ones. Right, so what actually we can do is we can give the Banner of Hellfire to you, and then I can put it on you, and then you'll cause 5 to 10 damage, plus another 16 to 32 damage to everyone around you while you're punching them in the face. So we just stick you into melee combat in the most sort of like the thickest, and you are thick with a capital P. I can spell, and just let you do your thing, basically, and everyone will just drop dead around you because of, I assume, your beauty. Hey! Non-aggression pact. I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of people around you that don't necessarily like you, including, is that Scarbrand? Is that Scarbrand? I'm just going to say no, because to be honest, as long as you're not attacking me, I don't really care. Oh, the Ice Court has entered. Wait, does that mean you've got another army, or is that one of the... Oh, you must have gone. You must have gone into that. Must have gone into that portal. Okay, so you're actually back there. So you'll probably be heading in the same direction as us, which I'm like fine with. I'm just gonna. So once we reach this location, we'll basically be replenished. So these guys may attack us. They may not. Sometimes they're a bit more aggressive. Sometimes they're not. But that's fine. We'll just go and murder them. And Kairos has already dealt with that army there. God, he did that rather well, didn't he? Mind you, that's their... So that's... Yeah, you can see they're all taking attrition and we're not. So we're fine. They are not. And to be honest, this is one of the very... This is the strength of Nurgle in the fact that... Should he... Oh, hello. Hello. Alright, let's go and deal with you. Because I don't want Nurgle armies meandering around causing me issues. If you were worried the exalted greater demons were going to be weak, don't be, because Andrew Wakefield here is an absolute beast. Not named for anyone alive or dead, as far as I'm aware. Just happens to be a big plaguey boy with the name of Andrew Wakefield. So there we go. With these belts, you can see this little Nurgling on the inside holding on, which is quite fun. And yeah, he's an absolute monster in combat. We have Grand Vomitus here, a Herald of Nurgle, who is going to get the shit kicked out of him. Which is actually pretty easy for him. You know, Nurgle demons tend to... The shit comes out anyway, regardless whether you want it to or not. But this case, you can see he's already getting his head kicked in. Of course, Andrew is a level 30 Exalted Great Unclean One, whereas this guy is a level 3? No, yeah, he's level 3. Which means this should be fairly easy, but as you can see, Andrew is just murdering his way through all of these. I did forget to put the banner on as well, but don't worry about that. He won't need it. So already our Plague Bearers are engaging the enemy Plague Bearers. It's the... hard to tell what's going on, and not much is going on, because they're both Plague Bearers, so it's going to be pretty slow. Nurglings are getting dealt with on the flanks there, but we do have Forsaken on the other flank, who are hopefully going to speed things up a little bit. Looks like Grand Vomitus is trying to give the slip. Ooh, that's going to sting. Come on, Andrew, finish him off. Yow! Holy shit, you really do just pummel him, don't you? When you hit him, you just, like, annihilate his health. Like, his health just disintegrates. You just need to actually hit him, which is key. Are you spitting goo all over me? Well, thank you, but it's not gonna improve my mood. Yeah, it takes about 700 hit points off each time he hits him. absolute bruisers. And I mean, this is a great unclean one. They're just very tanky. This isn't even like a bloodthirster. The bloodthirster is going to be... Oof. Well, Grand Vomitus is legging it, and looks like Andrew is now moving to help out our left flank. Hit him. Oh, almost. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, well, that's those guys down, and looks like the Plague Bearers here are starting to crumble. Not helped out with the fact their leadership is being debuffed, and also their health is slowly decreasing because Andrew's just nearby. Over this flank, we've dealt with the Rockflies, with the Chaos Furies, but these Nurglings are slowly succumbing to the Plague Bearer assaults. But, of course, our secret weapon, I say secret, it's not really a secret, it's Andrew. Andrew here is just going to murder his way through, well, literally everything. The Plague Bearers probably couldn't do actually that much damage to him. Because he's got pretty... I mean, his armor's 50, which is not bad, but he's got 83 melee defense. And he's going to whack his way through them regardless, and then they're just going to slowly lose drain health as it goes. Our right flank is not doing great. The Nurglings sort of like disintegrated pretty quickly. Our Plague Bearers are holding on for the moment. But they are outnumbered and we are going to have to send assistance. Forsaken moving in to shore up our left flank. And Andrew not going to be perturbed by a few Plague Bearers getting in his way. Oof. Yep. Okay. He's up to 80 kills so far. There's nothing the enemy can throw at us that would actually slow him down. He's large and in charge. Oh, there's something about the great. I don't know. The great unclean ones are just so cool. They're just. They look so good. Well, it looks like Andrew's won this battle for us. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put the banner on. Never mind. Scarecrow banner on those guys. Sure, that'll do. And I'm going to take... We've actually got quite a lot of that. So let's instead take the money. Oh, a Dawnstone. It's actually pretty good. Gives another 15%. I mean, he's already an absolute beast, as you saw. Reduction in recruitment cost. Yes, please. I'll take that. So he's an absolute beast, as you saw. And then you just add in the fact that he doesn't actually have that many decent magical items. Now, it should be said that while... you can close rifts with a character to traverse rifts or enter one of the realms. It does need to be your legendary lord, so you can't send anyone else. So you can't like go into multiple realms, something like that. But we can close the rift. And then apparently die. I'd forgotten there was an army when you did this. You didn't just pay the money. Shit. Is this fine? I mean, Andrew might survive. The Rockflies engaging us. Finally. They've been hanging around while the Plague Bearers advance. That's fine by me. Because, let's face it, Andrew's just going to murder a lot of them very quickly. I mean, he is taking quite a bit of damage here. Because, of course, these guys are armor piercing. But I think once his melee defense kicks in and he can, like, concentrate on picking them off, well, I mean, yeah. I think maybe together the enemy army might be able to take him down, but it would be it would be concerted effort on their part. As such, our army is now coming out of the trees to show themselves, which is garnering the attention of some of the enemy forces, which are going to advance around Andrew. Although Toxfarter, Decayer of Worlds, is going to try and take on And, which I think is not a particularly good idea. Like, it's just... no. Of course, he's just causing damage all around him all the time. We're also using our banner, which is going to cause damage as well. This fly is doing something. I don't know what it's doing. It's jigging up and down. And we're going to murder the enemy general. And of course, if we kill the enemy general, then with any luck, the rest of the enemy army should start to crumble. Meanwhile, the Plague Bearers and Forsaken are fending off the Rockflies, and some more Plague Bearers, a lot of Plague Bearers attacking on our right flank. So we're hoping to deal with the enemy general. I say, Andrew's killed 10 Rockflies so far and done a lot of damage to the enemy general. As you can see there, he's just getting chunks taken off his health. Sending Plague Bearers flying. Entire units of Rockflies now crumbling away. He's killed 17. Damage value of almost 3,000. He's unstoppable. And this is without any decent magical items as well. Like, give him some decent magical items, it'd be even more killy. Come back, where are you going? Come back here, Poxmakers. Don't you run away from me. I mean, he's not really running. Nope, he just died. He's like, nope, I choose death. Fair enough. Okay, there's a lot of Plague Bearers on this flank, so we're going to send Andrew to go and say hello, as well as send a stream of corruption ruffling through them. And then, of course, they're all going to start taking damage, not to mention that he's, you know, smashing his way through them at the same time. Our army's actually doing a lot better than I thought we would. As long as we don't lose any units, we should actually be fine. If only we could get some more Winds of Magic, that would really make this army pretty good. I mean, at the moment, I think Andrew's actually a higher level than Kugath. I say he did very well in a previous campaign. I used him basically to shore up my lines, and he kept Kislev at bay for at least 10 turns. You know what? I doubted Andrew, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have doubted him. Should have doubted him. I was wrong. To the cash. Thank you. They shall. And what love it is. Okay, I'm thinking... I don't think you need more health. I mean, having more armor would not necessarily be the worst thing, but I'm actually tempted to maybe get you some spells now.
Look what father's found, children.
Oh, he's a joy, isn't he? And let's get some more Nurglings.
Make me pick a favorite.
Something like that should be fine, and that way we can hold off the Kislev advance. Although it looks like they may be protecting their settlements from attacks coming from the portals, but we're fine because we made the effort to close the portals for the most part before anything came through. Now you are fairly friendly, and I'm okay with that. It should be said that the corruption that pops up in settlements is specific to different gods. So you can see here there's a lot of Nurgle corruption in this province. There's also some Tzeentch as well. I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, I believe it's the first type of corruption that afflicts the settlement will be what it kind of comes up as. I don't think it like mix and matches. Like for example, in this province we've got a lot of Khorne Nurgle. But it looks like Khorne was the first one, so it's mostly, you know, Khorne-like corruption that's showing. Because you can't see any Nurgle ship there. So I think that's how it works, but again, I'm not 100% sure. You are just going to sit there for the minute, because there's nothing else I really want you to do. You're just there to sort of like protect us, just on the off chance. Hello, military access, and you want me to give you a lot of... I'm not going to give you money from it. I don't need a military access. I'm going to come for you later. At the moment, though, I'm dealing with the Kislev pick. They're getting a bit antsy down here. They need to be stomped on. Who? Oh yeah, no, you are. And we've got the Taint of Nurgle. I mean, that is technically true, but also kind of... Yeah. Where the fuck did you come from? Okay, so we're going to have to deal with that. How far can you move? You can move there, so we are okay up to about there.
Grandfather desires.
And you... I mean, that's not that bad an army.
No higher power than I.
Also, don't we have plague? This has plague, doesn't it? Where's the set? There. Okay, so that's fine, but what we could do, especially because we've got the extra plague, that's really useful for you, though. Okay, let's do something like that. Let's get you guys in there.
The joy of
because you'll help
disease.
out. I think we can hold out. And you're going to stay there. Because we don't have many. I could actually wait for you to break through, but I guess I better do it. Now I could fight this battle. I mean, well, no, I could auto-resolve this battle. As you can see, what would happen. So obviously we're going to have to fight it. Auto-resolve is quite mean, and I would never suggest auto-resolving in the Chaos Realms because unless you're Nurgle, it's going to be tough to replenish your army, and often time is of the essence in the Realm of Chaos, and you don't want to be sitting around waiting for your replenishment to kick in. The Realm of Nurgle looks so good. Plus, I mean, we're fighting in this big old ribcage. It's hanging together above us. So there we go. Isn't that nice? So as the enemy advances towards us, because of course we have artillery. I want to get some more artillery, some soul grinders. Would be good. It would be useful. Useful to have. Hello? Hello, friends? Are you okay? You watching? You watching what's going on? That's nice. It's nice to have a front row seat, isn't it? The fuck is this, though? Ah, CA. Literally fucking unplayable. What is it? It's like an insect. It's like an insect that's pooped itself to death or something. Anyway, Plague Toads throwing themselves against our front line as we fight in what is probably like a river of pus or something. Probably some sort of viscous fluid. Lots of Plague Toads throwing themselves at our line, actually doing a fair chunk of damage. As you can see, the Plague Bearers are actually getting pretty rinsed. We have summoned in a Greater Demons, and then we've cast the melee attack what's it, the rebound spell thingy. Anyway, so he's basically rebounded a bunch of damage. It doesn't seem to do very much. Like, it gives you more armor, but it doesn't. Like, I've never really noticed it to do a huge amount of damage. It might be that his melee defense was too high, and so it wasn't actually taking a lot of damage, potentially. But yeah, it didn't seem to do a lot of damage, to be honest. But that Boyle did, and he's holding a horde of guys back from us, or shadows. Now in ascendancy, which we could potentially use if we spent enough Winds of Magic. It's not just your spending of Winds of Magic, it's also the enemy spending Winds of Magic as well. So basically, the more magic that's cast, it kind of fills up a bar, and then you can use that on Cataclysm spells. And the Cataclysm spells is free, so as soon as you fill that bar, either through you casting magic or the enemy casting magic, then you can use that spell. It's basically like a bonus for you to use in the Realm of Chaos, which is nice. The melee going on here as we've got the Beasts of Nurgle, which are actually they're actually quite like they're really useful because they're actually very tanky and quite killy. They've got a lot of, they really can just tank stuff very well. I mean, all of Nurgle's stuff can tank stuff pretty well. Our Plague Toads fighting the enemy Plague Toads. It's Plague Toad o'clock. And is it Stitch the Eternal on his throne? Meandering through the hordes of Plague Bearers and Plague Toads. Amazing, you can tell who's who. This seems to be going okay so far. Opening up the path to immunity, although we are immune anyway, but still. Dance of Despair, which is the shadow magic cataclysm spell, which basically does a big old debuff. Everyone in an area gets a massive debuff to their melee defense and melee attack and leadership. So 8 leadership, 24 melee attack and defense in a massive area. I mean, you can see this huge area here. So basically any enemy in this radius is just going to get massively debuffed, which is going to make killing them a lot easier. Because there's this going on. It's quite hard to see exactly what's going on, but that's fine. It's Nurgle v Nurgle. It's a whole thing. But it looks like the enemy army is starting to crumble away, leaving the path open to get our immunity and move on to the Manor House of Nurgle itself. That'll do it. Let's... Oh, I could take replenishment. You know what? I've got so much replenishment. I'm just going to take a cash because that's what I need. That's what I need. Could I encamp, please? Thank you. And then I can just, you know, replenish all of the damage. And we'll finish... I mean, we can finish you off. And then we can rush, get the immunity, and then we can run back there. I mean, all the while you are taking horrific amounts of punishment here. Obviously, you will replenish as soon as you reach that, and you will... Potentially, you might not have to fight your way through it. You might actually come round rather than fight your way through. But I think I might be blocking the path with my big old fat bottom. So, tough luck. Okay, we're level 30. That's fine. Max level, of course, is 50, so we've got plenty of skill points left to play with. And Crow Botherer, I'm going to make you hard to hit because you were getting hit quite a lot then. And you weren't looking so good. We'll give you immortality because I think you need it, unless we can get Arcane Conjurer. No, we want Arcane Conjurer. Okay, let's get Fleshy Abundance, and then we need 1 more skill points. We need 2 more skill points. We get Arcane Conduit, which would be good. We can get Arcane Conduit, which is good. And I'm going to go with... It's 11 seconds, and everyone will take 63 to 100. I mean, that's quite a lot of damage. You know, that will take a big chunk off several units around us. So I'm going to get Locus of Contagion. And then we're going to head on. We're going to get the... To be honest, though, if we get there... Let's kill you.
Our enemies are
I'll take the replenishment. And then we'll continue heading in this direction. I'm not going to march because I don't need to. As soon as we hit there, we'll get replenishment anyway, and then we can head back. Banner of Swiftness. 20% increased speed is not going to be a huge amount for any of our lads, to be honest. Oh, look, there's a little demon prince.
That was a mistake.
Apologies. Just like picking your nose, I guess, because that's two scythe arms. Interesting. Right, Andrew is going to have to move to engage this army over here to relieve the frozen landing, but I fully believe that he can do that. And, I mean, the garrison is fairly tanky, so I think we'll probably be okay. They don't... I mean, they've got 6 missile units, but I feel like we can probably deal with that. But that is going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.